All right, greetings, friends. This is Den with the crew playing D&D in the den, and tonight we're continuing our long road under the Dragon 5e campaign. This is just all live play. We're not voice actors or anybody special. We're just having a good time, and so we're gonna start off with
I'm special. What do you mean?
yeah, there you go. Introducing the characters for this
My mom
room.
told me I'm special.
Okay, well, I guess we should start with that person. Which we're still just using character names. We're not using people's actual names. So we're going to start off with Obridge. Why don't you just say who you are, what you do?
I'm Ober's Grand, and I eliminate evil with orcish flair.
And your fists, right?
Absolutely. Training the martial elements to deliver the pain to evil beings.
Cool. All right, so we're going to move on next to the person sitting right next to him, which is Jet.
I am Jetsam Tremontaine, formerly of the Merry Tremontaine, seafarer trying his hand at adventuring on dry land.
All right, cool. After that, we're going to move around to Darius, who's a noble halfling rogue looking to better his standing in his noble house by getting the contract through Vadaram's Academy for Adventurers and uplifting himself and his family into greatness. Continue around the room, we got Crumb.
Crumb. Crumb is a tiefling paladin, and he is a spirited companion and a dangerous opponent. He's lawfully good and with the faith Saint Helos.
Fantastic, cool. Moving back down around the room, we got Ymir.
Aye, Ymiri Woodguard, Paladin Dwarf. He's out to set the rights of the wrong. No, sorry, wrong all the rights. And he's a little confused this early in the morning at the table. And he is got a new pet project in Harv, who sits to his left. And we'll see what kind of wacky adventures those two get up to today.
Right, and so there's Harv. Oh, well, that was Harv. Now it's just an aggressive goblin. So maybe Harv has kind of changed his mood a little bit over the last couple days. Let me
I'd
see.
have defeated enough beer and cheese. You should be pretty stoked by now.
Yeah, well, okay, well then let's try this one for Harv. Let's see who that is. Ah, yes, there's Harv. Okay, he's our goblin extraordinaire, who is still a little stinky, and he basically surrendered at the feet of the great adventurers who were rescuing Sildar, who was a friend of Gunrich, a dwarf, who is moving through the central part of Highhelm looking for an old dwarven mine that supposedly holds great magic. And I think there's a ghost here. And the ghost name is Nala. All this crazy weird noise. Okay, and then last but not least, we have Valfred the Fair.
Valfred the Fair. Well, hello, adventurers. I am Valfred the Fair, half-elf wizard of the Golden Strand. Fair in mind, in heart, and soul. I will look deep and find your true meanings.
Excellent.
Some of us like our true meanings hidden. Thank you very much.
We'll see.
We all don't always get what we want, right? And okay, so just to give you a quick run up, the party, bravely went into the cave trying to find out who took the people from a ambush cart they found on their way to Vendalver, and found that it was the cart of Gunrich, a dwarf who helped contract them to find a mine in the nearby mountains. They cleared out the entire horde of goblins, except for Harv, of course, and defeated a horrible bugbear. And they found Sildar Hallwinter, who was a retired sergeant from the Mountain Ford Militia, and helped bring him and the goods that they were able to pull back from the cave back to Vandelver and made it back into town. They were able to turn in the goods and stow the things that they needed, and they came down here to the Stonehill Inn to get a little respite after spending several weeks on the road and then having some harrowing fights with horrible creatures. Then they did hear some rumors that there was a group of ruffians that are running around Philadelphia and causing some trouble, but they did not have a chance yet to go back and walk about the town that they got in the late afternoon. And this is where we're going to begin. So everybody kind of wakes up a little bit late in the afternoon. Philadelphia is out away from any large cities by a few weeks at best, and the clean air of being out in the countryside away from any towns or cities is very refreshing. And after a good night's sleep in some soft stuffed hay beds, you all kind of wake up and come out of your rooms and slowly start making your way downstairs. Put you guys over here, kind of all crammed together. This map is a little bit not well scaled. And there you go. So remember, just move one at a time while we're moving through the different maps. If there is a issue or something, then I will definitely slow you down. So now we are fully active in the game.
All right.
All right, I head outside, get myself a little workout in. If I can get out of this room.
Anybody know where the kitchen is?
I am struggling
Assuming if
to...
we sat
Where do
at
you
a
get
table,
breakfast?
I'm assuming if we sat at a table, they'd feed us breakfast.
Oh my god!
Who
you
wants
just
breakfast?
No, just don't quite go there.
I'm just
Stop
trying to get out to the garden, man, to work out.
But if you're gonna get out from the garden, he's not gonna let you go through the kitchen. Then he's gonna be like, "Hey, you're not allowed to out the bar, you orc."
I can't get out anyway. I try to find any way outside, man.
Right.
I'm locked in.
So you come downstairs and you're looking for a place to work out as everybody comes pouring down the stairs and out into the common room. Harv is on the heels of Ymir there. And there you go. So like I said, move one square at a time, but don't move yourself through walls. Once again, you can't move through any place that's not a door or anything like that in case you fully drag it all over the place. Oh, now she's like, get out of my space. What are you doing?
I would have thought that's the doorway right there, no?
No, she's
From
blocking
sits
it.
up on the
She's
bar.
like, you're not allowed back through there. Okay, come on, Ron. Oh, by the way, we don't use our names, but yet I have everybody's names on the player list. So I guess that's not very helpful. So
It's all good, man.
yeah. All right. So if you want to go out, then go out through the front door, right? Front door is over here. They're not going to let you
Oh, right there. Okay.
go back and go through all their stuff. Well, so Oberich just walks out and just leaves you guys. You guys are all powering down into the bar. And
Harv can settle up right next to me at the bar.
all right. And there's quite a few people actually in here, as you can kind of see. They're all kind of getting some very weird, looks at like the dwarf coming down with the goblin in tow. And the goblin just like, what do you want Harv to call you, by the way? Because he started calling you master.
Daddy.
Yeah, he can call me Masterworks for now. We'll figure that out.
Master Daddy.
I gotta brainstorm this a little bit.
Do you have cheese this morning, master? Cheese?
Oh, we're gonna have more than just cheese this morning. We're gonna get a good adventurer's breakfast in.
Are we going to eat humans, Master?
All right, come on there, Obridge.
Who's not even here? Who's
Yeah,
out
you're outside.
pissing,
Nut.
pissing in the yard?
All right. Well, it looks like some of the more elites are kind of crowding around that table over there. So the people you do see, Sildar is going to go over here. You see the Tolbin Stonehill, who is probably in his late or early 30s. He's the proprietor and owner of the Stonehill Inn, where you guys are staying the night. Then his wife is Trilnia, who's one of the barmaids. And then we also have Elsa, who is also one of the barmaids right over here. They're looking down, they're walking around. She's just came out of the kitchen, now walks back in there. There's some guy who looks kind of grubby and dirty, and he has his like a mining pick, like sitting next to him as he's sitting down at the table. Looks like he's eating some ham and eggs and a bowl of porridge. You see over here, this is an older gentleman. Probably looks like in his late 40s, early 50s. A little bit grain. He clothes don't look really new. I mean, he definitely has that worn, leathery look in his skin that that he probably works the land and spends a lot of time in the sun. And there's a probably in her mid-30s woman sitting over in the corner. She looks like she's drinking some tea and having some eggs, bread, and jam. Just sitting in the corner. Pretty much looks like standard clothing for somebody who lives in a village in this region of High Helm. She's not wearing any armor or anything like that. She just looks like a regular town lady. So everybody's kind of breaking up, going to their own tables and stuff.
Sure. I'm going to sit down and have a breakfast like a civilized person.
All right.
Here. So much.
All right. So Elsa, who you met briefly the night before, fairly, probably in her late 20s, pretty attractive.
I think we don't have a bard.
Yeah, pretty attractive. Woman comes up and says, "Oh, greetings, my lords. By the way you're dressed, I can see that you are people of note and new here in Bendelver. Welcome. I saw you briefly last night. Could I offer you some breakfast or perhaps maybe an ale to get the morning started right?"
Yes, my little tavern blossom. I think a nice ale and some eggs and sausages would go down right fine this morning.
Ooh, all right,
Ooh,
Smoothie.
make that two. Sounds fantastic.
That sounded pretty juicy. You trying to like swab on her a little bit?
Oh yeah, of course.
You want to roll that skill check really quick to see how that goes down?
Which one? Persuasion or?
Yeah, I guess it would be kind of persuasion if you just want to kind of like see how well she warms up to you. Pretty well versed in that.
Shite.
Oh yeah, she looks over at you and she gives you a very big nod and a smile. "Oh, anything coming right up, my lord. I mean, you're a very handsome guy, so I think we're a fairly handsome guy, right?" And,
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Pretty good,
She winks and she says, "Okay, then the standard breakfast fare around for you, my lords, and I'll be back in a few moments." So she goes tottering off, and she gets halfway across the bar, then looks back at her shoulder and hits you with some direct eye contact and gives you a wink, and then continues to go walk around the bar. All right, so next we have Ymir and Harv sitting there at the bar and looking a little nervously over the tiefling with those horns. He goes over to somebody a little bit more familiar quickly.
Who has a
and then
goblin?
realize that there's a goblin over there, and he looks over at you and he's like, "He's potty trained, right? He's not gonna crap all over my floor or anything like that, huh?"
He will not crap over your floor, and if he does, I will pay for the cleaning.
And Harv just says, "Oh, you're a good master. Thank you, master. We having honey and cheese and bread?"
We're gonna have two good breakfasts this morning. One for me and one for Harv.
All right, let me go put the order in. All right. He just like walks a step. Goblin poop is greasy. It's gonna not be cheap to clean. And he kind of like looks over
Is that
at you.
a common problem here?
It could be a problem with goblins. And then
Once
he
we
leans
get
over to.
once we get his diet straightened out, he'll be pooing just fine.
There you go. Okay, so
Sounds like he's done that before.
he comes over and talks to Sildar, who you're pretty sure that he kind of knows already, and he's kind of using Sildar as an intermediary between Rom, and says, "So, Sildar," and he's like, "Breakfast for you and your friend," and Sildar just looks over at him. "Yes, he's my friend. A, he's the noble paladin of St. Telos. B, him and his friends saved my life." I don't know if you remember me telling you that. You seemed a little tipsy last night when we came in. And he looked a little bit, he looks like a little embarrassed by what he just said. Yes, get me and my warrior friend here a good warrior's breakfast. This one's on me. And he says, "All right, I'll put the order in." He goes back there. And then she comes out and delivering some stuff over. And not going to go too deep into this, but I just want to kind of set the tone. All your guys' food gets delivered. It definitely looks like the Jet is getting... Jet is totally handsome. She's spending a little bit too much time over by your guys' table and kind of talking. And, but there's other interesting people that's around the bar. You guys fill up your bellies, and is there anything that you guys are interested in doing or saying or anything? Oh, sorry, I totally forgot because somebody put himself all the way at the far end of the map here. So, all right, so Obridge, how long are you gonna go work out for?
I get me in like 45 minutes.
All right.
Enough to work up an appetite, get the body
The red
moving.
bands are gonna love seeing a half orc by himself outside.
Well, you're
I do have a charisma of 10, so
you're a smart guy, and Charisma 10 is handsome, just as handsome as everybody else in the bar. But you find out, plus you don't like to usually be disturbed. You kind of like walking around the building. You find that you can get into the, you hop the fence into their little vegetable herb garden here, which is actually pretty nice and zen for you. So you spend a few minutes in meditation, and you get up and, you figure that nobody can really interrupt your forms and see much because the high fence there that you were able to get over and allows
that's
you
how
to
they know. That's how they know I'm a friendly orc man, hanging out with the vegetables.
Now, unless you want to do it in the middle of the town square and attract.
I definitely do where I get a little privacy and can just meditate a little bit while I'm exercising.
All right. So probably, it takes about. What kind of pace you guys eating your breakfast? Fast or just slow and mellow?
Slow and mellow.
Slow and mellow.
Enjoying the breakfast.
Okay. The food
And-
is.
The local women.
And definitely.
Oh.
Ooh.
That's like slow. Hard to get down.
So basically, you get, the food. It seems like you guys kind of got up late. That all the really good hot food was pretty much mostly served out. Kind of pick up that there's groups of miners who kind of come in and out from the town. Some come in only once a week. Some come in, late at night and leave early in the morning. They use this as a place kind of to fill up their bellies before they do, or kick their feet up when they come back. But the hills behind Sam Delver is still, they're, has some minerals of worth of value. So there's always people out there like panning for gold, and but nobody has found the mother lode yet, which you assume that's what the dwarf is trying to find. And then pretty much as you guys are finishing up, then walks Obridge. He looks a little sweaty, has a little bit of orc stank from muscling around doing like half-hour worth of katas and all that stuff.
I look around, I see everybody's sad look on their face with the half-eaten meal in front of them. I decide not to eat.
Okay.
Let exercise be my breakfast.
Oh boy, we got one of them.
So is there... Okay. Alright, so you guys have all finished up. Probably for all of you guys, they only charge you a gold piece pretty much for everybody's breakfast. And he completely apologizes. Tobin, it's like, I'm sorry the breakfast wasn't as good as it normally is. We had a group of 5 miners come in like at the crack of dawn, and they wiped us out of all the bacon and everything that we already had preparing for you guys. But I'll tell you what, I'll give you guys each a free round of the local meat to make up for it. 'Cause I could tell the look on your faces that you didn't enjoy, but it wasn't the greatest fare that we put forward
Yeah, but those miners, they do good work, and they keep this town alive. So it's important that they're well fed as well.
today. They do. And
it will stave off starvation for the day. So thank you for your generosity.
well, anytime, and just let me know how many days you need to stay here. And seems like I'm pretty much booked up here at the moment. All of a sudden, bursting through this door over here, kid comes in. Are they here? Are they here? They're here! They're here! And he comes like running around, and he's like, "Oh wow! I bet you're an adventurer! Oh!" And then really quick though, Valfred, how are you presenting yourself? Are you still trying not to broadcast that you're Golden Strand member?
Yeah, pretty much. I'm still trying to be as low key on being Golden Strand as much as possible at the moment.
And then you carry a staff, right?
In terms of my walking stick, yeah, I do have my staff. So yeah, I
Wow, he rolled
would
pretty
have
good.
brought it out. I would have brought it out.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't look like some crazy magical gnarled stick, but it could be anything from a very sturdy walking stick to combat fighting staff, whatever you want. But it seems like this kid is super perceptive, and he's like, "You're a wizard, aren't you? You're a wizard. You're totally a wizard. I can tell. And he's like, "Ooh, you look handsome. You're probably some kind of musician. Girls always like musicians." He jumps over to the halfling and looks down at him. "Oh, well, we all know that halflings are sneaky thieves, right? Right? Am I right? No? Oh, whoa. Woo.
A racist child.
Runs over and kind of gets over there. Is, oh, you're a paladin. I can tell. Look at that. You have and you're of what? Saint Ursula or Augustine?
Augustine.
I could tell by the medallion you wear that you're a paladin of Saint Augustine, and this is your pet. And Harv is like, "I'm his pet," and he smiles really really big. Seems to be very excited to be your pet. And oh wow, hey, Mister, hey, I'm Pip, and it's like, and then, whoops,
Quite the welcoming community you have here, Mr. Barkeep.
Oh yeah, and Toblin, steps over. Pip, why are you bothering all these wonderful customers you have? Yeah, but these guys are heroes. These are heroes. Hey, can I play with your pet outside?
No, he's not the playing type.
Like, Pip. Oh my goodness, what is that? It's one of those dark ones, isn't it? And he comes running over here. And, wow! And he looks over at Crumb. Are you a demon?
I'm a tiefling. You ever heard of a tiefling? We're half demon. Bah.
Are you trying to
Do the
scare him?
roar.
Yeah,
Much
I'll give
more
him a little
patient than I
cute.
would be.
little cute.
So, but
Then I turn
Now-
around and I
The
go back.
tiefling
and I
does
go,
have a heart.
are you gonna
And I
roll
turn-
like intimidation, or are you just gonna play
No.
around?
Just playing around.
Right. So Pip was like, "Wow!"
I don't want to be scaring children in the bar before I eat.
No, I've never heard of a tiefling before. That's cool. Hey, you're a Saint Hellos. Hey, you got a golden hammer. Wow, are you a priest?
Not a priest.
It's a heavy army. Wow, can I touch the hammer? Wow, we've never seen one like that.
Careful, kid. Don't want you getting hurt.
He has his
This
finger
thing's
out.
heavy.
Slowly, he's like putting his finger out just to touch it. You gonna let him? Let him?
Oh,
Hmm.
he's melting the tiefling's heart.
And he like touches it. Wow, I can feel its power. Wow, I can't wait to hear all your stories. Then he's like, his dad comes around. All right, Pip, get over here, and he grabs him by the ear. You know, you got your chores to do, and I'm gonna need you to wash some of these dishes over here. But Dad, I just wanted to tell you that, you know, that Capt found this tunnel where, you know, and we almost got beat up by a bunch of red brands, and get back in there.
Tunnel?
Throws the kid in there. And you hear some stern talking, and then she comes around the bar. I'm sorry, my lords and lords. She looks over
Hmm.
those guys. Pip is a very excitable young boy, and there's not always a lot to do around here, and he tends to like to play around and not get his chores done. So I'm sorry if he inconvenienced or made you feel any offense. We apologize.
No inconvenience whatsoever. We have to inspire the next generation of adventurers.
I hope the chef is as active as that kid.
Maybe the chef was that kid.
She frowned at you, and she's like, "Well, I was the one who prepared most of the food for today, so I apologize."
You don't
Well,
look
she
blind
looks
to
pretty
me.
active to me.
Someone needs a wand of Adderall.
She doesn't seem very happy. Like,
Oh.
Oh,
"Go mind the bar for me." Maybe she'll just spit in your guys' food next time.
Rum is getting hangry.
Might improve the flavor.
All right. Okay, boys. You know, we do what we can out here. We're not all fancy adventure types like you, but you know, we make do with what we got.
Well, I do have a question though. Are you familiar with this tunnel that your son or your little ward talked about?
No, he's not my kid. He's their kid.
Ah,
That's Pip. You know, he's full of energy.
sometimes you humans all look the same to me, so pardon the confusion.
She frowns at you. So you guys need anything else to drink? No? Okay. Keep
Man.
an eye on the bar, so don't do any hanky-panky. She looks at the goblin. She walks over to you guys. So,
Yeah.
what could, you guys need another round of drinks? See some of your companions, they must be on the road for a long time, because they have no sense of grace or manners, but, of course, you lords, you know, are
Surely
much
we
more
could
pleasant.
use
And
another
the
round.
divisions have begun.
I'll take an ale.
Who said that? That
Orbridge said that.
she looks over her shoulder. Well, you can wait with the rest of your rude friends. I'll be there in a few moments.
Ooh.
And
Making delicious food like that does take time.
she says to you guys, well, so the talk is that these red bands are making our lives really difficult. They showed up a couple months ago, and at first it was just a couple, and then we see some more around here, and they come in and push everybody around, and I mean,
You
we
know
try
if the
to do our
mayor has
best.
tried to do anything about it?
As who?
Your mayor.
Well, I wouldn't say he's our mayor. I mean, you gotta remember that Delver is only, we're only rebuilding. This whole city was, or town, I should say, was destroyed, 100 years ago by, or not even 100 years ago. I think it was like, 50 years ago by, a bunch of rampaging orcs in the last uprising back in, 2010, so 15 years ago, 20 years.
Well, delays in construction like that imply a pretty strong set of rules and governments that's impeding the progress. So you do have a city hall, right?
Or just not enough people to actually do the work or who want to live here. There's not a lot of people here, and we're not really on any major trade route.
So you don't have a mayor?
Well, we don't necessarily have. Wouldn't necessarily say that he's a mayor.
It breaks my heart to think of a delicate creature like you unprotected in these violent times.
Oh well, she kind of giggles. Well, I mean, Toblin, he's pretty good at keeping the riffraff out, and and so most of the time the red bands don't come in here and cause much trouble. They go down the street to, the tap house where they can, be completely a-holes. They're not always, they're not always around. It's not like they're a constant problem, but they kind of show up every few days and demand some free stuff, and instead of causing too much trouble, we just tend to give it to them. And but we do
So
have,
there's no-
we do elect a town master every year, and for the last few years, and Harbin Wester, he's kind of he's a banker, and he works with calculating, trading, and working with all the different trade posts that we have here. This once was a booming mining town a long time ago, but it was destroyed and slowly to rebuild because it is a little bit off the beaten path. There was, I can't remember the name. It was like the Echo something cave. That was a big deal around here a couple hundred years ago, and then that was overrun by orcs too. Boy, we do have a big problem with orcs in this part of the world. Just kind of looks over it a little bit.
What orcs do you speak of?
Well, you're not at the table, so you're not shouting.
My experience is that most problems with orcs are generally due to just miscommunication.
Yeah. So, so he's in charge and kind of runs the town hall and tries to keep, the taxes together and pulls, levy in and do what we can, but it also just comes down to bodies.
And do you know where we might find this Harbin Wester?
Yeah, he's down at the town hall. He's usually probably there after noon.
I want to start eavesdropping on this conversation a little bit.
Right, and Sildar is like talking to you guys as he's like, well, friends, I can't thank you enough and he's talking to all the people at the bar pretty much, for you guys rescuing me and saving my life. I mean, if I had any standing left with any order, I would definitely bestow upon you, great accolades, but unfortunately I am retired. and all I could, ask is to help me find my friends. We've, Gunrich being dragged off to this Cragmaw Castle place, which I have no idea where this is, is most disturbing, and trying to rustle up some type of, see how much funds I can get together if you would be willing to try to find him. But I also had another companion that that I came here with, and we met at Mountain Ford 5 or 6 years ago. And then we met kind of Gunrich for a little bit. But he's a wizard of the Golden Strand. Not really powerful one, I would think. I mean, I haven't seen him throw any fireballs or anything like that. But he was an excellent academic, and he was kind of interested in helping us find the mines and stuff like that. And he was supposed to come up here and start laying down some of the groundwork 2 months ago, well before me and Gunrich got here. But he, I was asking Tobin this morning, and he said that he remembers him coming in over 2 months ago, but then hasn't seen him since. So we need to find. I'd like to find out what happened to him. I mean, I hope these red brands didn't do him in or do him any harm. But he is a wizard of the Golden Strand. I was hoping that he would help coordinate and bring more order to this town by the time we got here, but apparently he's disappeared. I only started asking my queries. There's several different shops around here, other people to talk to kind of find out what could be going on. So I'm going to spend the first part of the morning doing that, and then I can meet you guys down at the town hall, and I'll talk to this Burgermeister they have here. I've met him a couple times. He's kind of an unimpressive, pudgy, money coin counting type of person. That's important in every town, though I don't think he's seen much honor or glory in his life besides the gold that he's amassed. My friend's name is Doreno Albrecht of the Golden Strand. I believe he was, unfortunately, he was the lead band. Like I said, he was very, very low on the totem pole. But always respected for his sharp mind and deep knowledge of history. And was a good traveling companion. So I'm off to go and see if I can find out any more information on that.
Are we hearing all of this at our table as well?
So basically, he's telling these guys that, and then, and so eventually, he walks out, and she goes back and serving, and she's out doing that, and they're kind of like cleaning the bar. You guys could be middling around, and then you guys are, sharing information and stuff like that. So pretty much, you guys have all kind of pulled a couple tables together, or you guys could go into like the private meeting room area if you want. There's like another part of the bar.
I think we should maybe take one of the longer tables. I think we should discuss something.
Ooh.
I wonder if I could destroy those walls. Oh no, I guess you can walk this way, so you guys could probably see them.
What? Walk through into this? Yeah.
Grab my ale.
Yeah, so I'm sorry. So yeah, there's this whole other room here, so you guys could, move over to one of these big tables. Kind of talk everything over. Right, so then well, everybody was kind of milling around and doing their things. Darius says that I talked to that miner guy, or no, I talked to the old farmer over there, and he told me that there's actually is a small chapel of Saint Telos here. That there's Sister Cornelia who oversees like a shrine that she tried to restore, and it's dedicated to Saint Helos. And he said that she's a half elf or an elf, or I'm not quite sure, and that she has been around the area for quite a while, even though she seems pretty fair as far as youthful wise, but he's noticed that her age hasn't changed and that she has big pointy ears, so he's assuming she's so.
It's good that there's some there's some spiritual influence in town. I think I might be talking out of turn here, but I know our mission is to find our lost friend, but if we just leave these townsfolk to the red bands, I think we wouldn't be doing the adventuring school proud. I think it's kind of our duty to get to the bottom of this red band issue.
I agree.
Oh, I agree, but I also, as I advocated last night, I think that there is no reason we shouldn't try to profit by this as well. So I would.
Well, of course. I mean, if you do something good, you don't do it for free. I mean,
quite a selfless representation of your faith, I see.
Hey, I can still be faithful, but still want to put food in my belly.
I mean, short-term riches, and this is Darius speaking, may be great to line our pockets now, but remember, what we all want is our own charter. If we are able to get the signed charter from Batarams, then this 10 gold here, 50 gold there that we get from helping this town, may diminish the overall deed if we did it as true adventurers and did it just to help people. That's the story that Bataram wants to hear. And once we get those deeds, we're not going to be making hundreds of gold pieces. We're going to be making hundreds of thousands of gold pieces with our own guilds, with our own adventuring companies. So don't become short-sighted, my friends, and decide to shake down the locals. Keep your eye on the prize. Keep your eye on the long game. We work together. In the end, whoever's left will all be rich.
Words.
I mean, he does bring up a good point.
Yep.
I'm not saying we shake the town down. I'm just saying if there's reward, we should take it.
So you settle for a statue.
Smile over at you. Of course. And he just has this really kind of wicked sneer that he's known for. Well, what is our first course of action? Walk around the town?
Well, I think we were
I'm keen on
supposed to
visiting.
meet.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say we're supposed to meet Sildar over at City Hall,
Yeah, after he.
and I think we can get some information from the Burgermeister.
Well, he said he was going to check around with some of the other people in town. So he said he'd be there sometime afternoon. And it's 11 o'clock now. We still have an hour or so to kill.
I'm not saying we should go cause trouble. However, maybe we should just poke in briefly where those red bands gather in their tavern, just to get a little lay of the land. We got an hour to kill. It might be a good time to kill an hour.
I mean, can't we go by St. Helos?
How you doing? Wow,
Yeah.
are you guys going adventuring? I heard you talking.
Hey, Pip.
Wow. Man, you guys are awesome.
Have him take the goblin and go outside.
No.
Just the young adventurer we were looking for.
Come on, let's go, guys.
We heard you mention something about a cave. Where is this
Harv?
wondrous cave you talked about?
I thought you said to take your pet outside.
Yeah, but Harv, that I didn't say that. Somebody else did.
He's,
I walk and stand right next to him, right there,
Harv says,
and loom over him.
Master, I want to go play outside with the boy. He's my
Right, but
size.
All right, go play, but come
Well,
right back.
don't go play yet. Why don't you
You-
go ahead and tell us where this cave is first, and then you can go play.
You're talking to Pip?
Yeah.
He jumps over the table. Can I go with you if I tell you? Can I go with you? Yeah, Harv wants to go too.
You need a
Where's the
leash for that
cave?
thing.
Well, she said it was more like a tunnel.
If
or
you
a
tell me
hole.
where this cave is, I'll let you touch the hammer.
Ew.
Can I
Ooh,
hold the
that's what I
hammer?
just-
Once you tell me where the cave is.
Well, it's not a cave, and I don't know. I mean, I'm not the one that knows. But
Well,
I
who
was-
knows?
Well, my friend Carp knows.
Where's Carp?
Well, he's probably got in trouble because we were out really late last night, and that's when that's when he almost got caught. And he came back and told me. Luckily, my family was too busy helping you guys out, so I got to stay out extra late.
Well, Pip, now we have to help them out, so take us to this friend of yours.
Yeah, I probably should ask my parents.
Pip, do you want to hold this hammer or not?
Pip, is that your voice I hear over here?
Ah,
What are you doing, young man? Get away from that filthy beast. Mom, that's not a filthy beast. Get over here right now.
It's a tiefling.
His name is Harv. And she looks over at you and she's like, that's not what I meant, and you knew that. I meant your little goblin pet you have. Come on, Pip, let's go. And so Pip gets dragged off again. Keeps getting into trouble.
Whoa. Did everybody catch what was the friend's name was again? Was it
Carp.
Carp? All right, we need to find Carp.
Last name DM.
Alright, so who's keeping notes of all this awesome information that is poured out into your guys' brains? Is anybody keeping any notes?
Oh,
Now
yeah.
I am.
My own notes.
Alright. What's your guys' next plan of attack? Go out and cruise the town?
Yeah, see if we can find Carp on our own. Maybe find out
you know
what's
what?
going on.
Well, why don't we call? What was the wife's name again? Pip's mom's name? Did we even get her name?
I got Trilnea.
Yep. Boom. Take an RP point. Good job.
Boom.
Janella! I yell across the hall.
And she left. And he's not sitting here. He left. She doesn't immediately come at your beck and call.
I figured she'd
But
get stuff
Elsa
to do.
does. Oh, my thirsty adventurers. Are you guys ready for another drink?
Another drink freshened by your presence. Yes, that would be outstanding.
All right, you guys.
Thank you, dearest Ilsa.
I think for the day, early morning festivities for food for everybody and the drinks, you're probably get about 3 gold. Who's marking it off?
Well, I'm marking mine off.
Well, the 3 gold, no, that covers the whole lot of you, right?
Oh, the whole lot.
You guys
Okay.
aren't ordering like the heavy hitting meads and wines right now. I'm assuming you guys are
Right.
you guys are drinking like the mead that because it tastes much better in the water, right?
Yes.
You know, but it's very.
Well, we also
watered
said we
down.
got a free round because of the poor breakfast.
You
so.
did, but you guys have been at this probably for like an hour or two, right? You guys probably got out
Sure.
at about 9. It's 11ish now, 11:30.
Yeah, we can drink a long time.
Or you can drink really fast if there's nothing to do. And Harv is upset. "Oh, I wanted to play."
Next time, Harv. Next time.
Shovel. I told you, shovel.
Alright, so she comes and brings you guys another round. You know, and you guys sip it up, but you guys know this should probably be your...
Oh, while she's there, I'm gonna ask her, Ilsa, do you know of a child named Carp? Friend of little Pip?
I do know Carp. Carp,
Yeah.
You know what?
he's a spirited but precious little halfling boy. He's like 10 years old, like Pip. They're best friends, and they both, so cute. They, take their wooden swords and go hack bushes, saying they're going to become mighty adventurers and bring fame and fortune back to Valdelver. And, they're just cute little kids. They're excitable, but just cute kids.
What precious scamps. Do you know where we might find this child?
Well, he lives on the edge of town at the elderly farm with his mom. They're on the outskirts of town.
Are they to the east, west, north, south? There are a lot of edges to this town.
Yeah, it's the south. I would say the southeast. If you just go outside, Stonehill through the green, go down south, and then the first road you do, you make a left, and you just go all the way down that road to your home side of town. And that'll be their farm.
Of all the gems that have ever come out of these mountains, you are by far the fairest. Thank you, Elsa.
Mhm.
You give her any tip? No.
I give her a roguish wink. That's better than a tip any day.
That's what all rogues always think, so they don't actually make it to first base, right? No, I'm kidding. All right.
Oh, I haven't hit the accelerator yet.
That's true. That is very true. All right. So you guys finish up your drinks, and then you're ready to head out into the day. I'm assuming that you guys are leaving your backpacks and items in your rooms. I'm assuming that you would take any personal items or weapons that you would take with you, but you won't have access to like the extended items in your backpack unless you say that you're bringing them with you.
That sounds good.
I think that is fair.
And just out of curiosity, oh good mage, does that mean that you are going to bring your backpack with a satchel with your spellbook in it, or are you going to leave it in your room?
I will probably bring my satchel with my spellbook.
Okay, so you have a satchel with your spellbook in it.
Yep.
So, and just a little plug for D&D Beyond, which is D&D Beyond is what you use to run all the characters, which you don't necessarily see because it's all on the back end, but they're going to be putting out really soon, if not already, where you can break down all your equipment in containers, and then you can load other items into containers, which makes it really nice for organizing. So you can say that I am wearing my satchel, and my satchel has my spell book, and it has these spell components, yada, yada, yada. But not quite there yet. All right, so we're going to move to the next map, which you guys walk outside the Stonehill Inn, which is right here. And that's where you spent the night. Now that you guys kind of like not all blurry-eyed from traveling, immediately you see like a pretty... It looked like it was completely destroyed, but it looks like it's recently somebody's been trying to put it back together and repair, but they may not have all the massive skill. Is a shrine to Saint Telos. There seems to be like an old warhammer there. There's different like cloth portraits of like his symbols. You can see some of the tenets of the scriptures of Saint Helos, written on like short tapestries or draped over this shrine. It's definitely not a monument to Saint Helos, but somebody's put a lot of love and care into keeping it up and keeping it as nice as possible as they slowly rebuild it. Some other places of interest that you can immediately see is nothing. Over here, you can see this looks like the town green. You can see a few kids out there playing like orc ball. So they have this green, like sewed up like sack stuffed with hay and rice, and they're kicking it around. And the one thing you do notice as you look over this way, towards the top here, you may not notice before. Everybody can see where I'm pinging on the map. Up on that hill is a broken down manor house. It looks abandoned. That is up there. From what you guys think, that you would come down this way and then this way to work your way towards the farm based on the direction.
Are there any halfling children playing in the orc ball scrum nearby?
I don't know. Make a perception.
Nope. I don't even think there are children there.
No, they're just these weird, wicked little demons dancing around in some bizarre rituals. Something those land lovers like to do.
I have interest in the manor house. Why is it here in this town?
Well, I mean, at one point, you
Yeah,
can make a
this
history
was-
check if you like.
Sure.
Not bad. You did a little research a while back when you knew that you were going to be heading this direction, and you know that at one time this area before the big Orcish war that led to the siege of the king, that this used to be a great mining hub, and they would come up from Stronghold by the Sea or through Vatarum Academy, which there's a small town that's that also supports the academy, and this was a pretty major trade route. And then it is only a couple days off the main path that would lead to Mountain Ford, where the Knights of Thrawn have their bastion, or to the Dwarves and Thunderthorn to the west. And there was some rich minerals here, and it was pretty booming. And there was probably at some point a lord who was given this land that was overseeing this. But if you look across, the map of the town, you can see the old walls around the city have all crumbled. All the tenant structures outside have all kind of disappeared and have moved away. And it's definitely past its heyday, which may come again. They could somehow turn this town around. But yeah, but right now it
I
doesn't
feel
look like
like,
anybody's living up at that place. I mean, just by looking at the picture, there's you could kind of probably vaguely you can see that there's serious destruction up there.
Yeah, it's a pretty dominating structure compared to the rest. So
But
I have a feeling, and me and my feelings, there may be something of import out there in the manor house. I feel that maybe if we have time, maybe we should try to make our way up there, just to see.
Before or after we meet with them?
After.
Townsman,
I'm thinking
Burgermeister, mayor guy.
I'm thinking after.
So shall we go see if we can find this elderly farm and young Mr. Carp?
Yes, I think that's probably a little bit more pressing. It's a good lead.
Let's do it then. Let's go find little Master Carp.
Okay. In a group, semi-marching order, you guys move through to here. As you guys move here, you can see that right here is another large building. It seems to be yet another kind of trade house. It has a sign. You can see from an oblique angle, and actually you walk right by it, that it's called the Lion Shield Cloister. As you move there, and you walk over here, and this has a sign of like looks like a, let's see, like it has like a chess piece, a half carved chess piece out of it, of like a knight, and there's like a really kind of crude drawing of like a wood whittler working on the chess piece. So it kind of looks like that's probably where the woodworker probably works. That's kind of obvious. As you guys come down here, you notice that that's the city hall, the town master hall right there. But the doors are closed up and barred. And when you do walk by it, though, there's the hall is made of like sturdy stone walls that look really strong. Has a pitched wooden roof, and at the back there seems like over here is like a bell tower with a bell that looks like it's in excellent working order. And it looks like that if something happened, that the town folks could come in here and possibly fortify, right? There is like some kind of action or issue. But currently it looks locked up. But right next to the road, there's a poster board there. It has a note on there. And who can read?
What language?
It's in common.
I can read.
Okay, pretty much all you guys can read, except for anybody who wishes not to. You're all educated to a certain degree. So you see, it says, reward, orcs near Wyvern Tor. Those of a mind of facing the orc menace should inquire within. This notice, and then it's stapled up there, and it has like some kind of seal that, you don't necessarily recognize, and then it has like some kind of scribble signature on it.
What was the name of the tour again?
It was orcs near Wyvern Tor.
Wyvern.
There's a reward for orcs near Wyvern Tor.
Would I recognize like a certain orc clan that would be out there?
You can roll a history, but you're actually from the southwest. But give it a shot. Let's see what you roll, man.
All right. Nope.
No, and they're uneducated. You know for a fact that you're from the Desolate Sun tribe, who actually has really excellent relationships in this day and age with the townspeople of Jaffin and the Mordale and the Mordale militia. You're on incredibly good terms with all of them. But the orcs up here, I mean, this is like feral orc land. This is where usually some crazy person gets the idea of whipping a bunch of these tribes together into a giant war band, and then just storming across the middle part of the continent and laying waste to everything. So solidly more out here are not quite as refined and civilized as your tribe to the far west. Okay. So you guys move down this way, and just looks like there's dwellings. And get here.
I nominate our charismatic halfling Arius to knock on the door and greet the Elder Leaf family.
Make a perception roll.
Oh,
Ah,
You don't see
Nope.
Darius anywhere near you.
not even a house.
Wait, I foretell something here. I have a feeling that we were meant to find something here. I'm gonna change that 1 to a 9.
You can't.
Oh, I can't?
So the way it works.
Oh,
is
you got to
that
call it
You have
before.
to call it before a roll is made.
Oh, okay, got it. Gotcha.
As a matter of fact, as the rest of you guys look around, none of you see Darius here. Where the hell did Darius go?
Hmm.
Wonder if the little imp ran back to the inn.
Hard to say.
He does seem a bit fond of drink.
So unfortunately, you will not be able to use Darius' skills at this point to help you out. He seems to have. Oh yeah.
Well, let's think of this. It's a
With,
farm. Maybe they're out on the field.
For the 20, he was gone, and nobody had the passive perception. No.
Hope it wasn't some type of gastric distress brought upon by that breakfast.
Who knows? You'll have to wait to find out. Okay, so what do you do?
So do there appear to be any workers in the field?
At this moment, no, there doesn't seem to be anybody working in the field. And if you kind of
What are
look
the
around,
crops? Yeah.
it kind of looks like that there hasn't been anybody tilling that field for a while.
A dirt farm.
Can we ascertain if there's actually anyone living in the house?
The house looks like it's actually, yeah. I mean, the door is closed, but it doesn't sign. The house looks like it's in good shape, well maintained. It is actually of human size. It's not built specifically for halflings. But there is a door, and you have a fist.
I will go up and knock on the door.
All right. So a few minutes and a couple raps later, you hear from behind the door, "Hello, who goes there?"
Do I have the honor of addressing the Mistress Elderleaf of Elderleaf Farm?
Yes, this is Underleaf. Has Carp gotten into trouble again? And a little window slit opens up right about at your stomach level, and you see like two eyes looking out at you. And then they kind of look up at you, and then look at everybody behind you. Oh dear. Well, I don't have much, and there's not much tax to pay. I really can't afford anything, and barely have enough. I can't find enough workers to even work the farm, so you'll have to just run off, and I'll have to pay your taxes another time.
We are not here to take anything from you, milady. We just wish to speak to young Master Carp for a moment, if we could trouble you for.
Why would you want to speak to Carp? He's not here right now. She seems
You
kind of
know
nervous
what-
and very concerned at this point. Yeah, you just rolled up on her front doorstep with a mob.
I am going to try to be my most charming and reassuring and unthreatening. That be an unimitation or maybe a persuasion?
That would be definitely a persuasion. Do you want to roll Oh, I was gonna say if you want to add any. Oh wow, your persuasion that's high now. Holy crap!
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Holy menudo. I don't know.
Mhm.
She's really hesitant, and after about a good another 5 minutes, you tell the guys to step back away from the door. I mean, you got to remember, you got a guy with a golden hammer. You have like a dwarf with a big shield, with a goblin that's like, kind of pawing at his shield. It's like, master, can we have some cheese now? And then you have like, a tiefling, which is like the most fearful thing that anybody's ever seen in their life, walking around in broad daylight, and she's looking at all that. So as you shush the guys around the corner a little bit, she finally opens the door a crack. It just, has Capt done anything wrong?
Oh, no, nothing wrong at all. In fact, we would like to, he seems a very resourceful child, and we just have some questions that we would like to ask.
Well, he's late for his chores, and normally he's either playing with that Stonehill boy, or he's over at the green playing orc ball. But he should be here helping me, so if you see him, tell him to come home right away.
Okay. Are there many halflings in this village?
No, not many, just pretty much us and maybe one or two other families.
So he should be a pretty distinctive boy.
Well, I guess. Yes, he has my eyes, and he has my ruby red curly hair, so I guess it wouldn't be too hard to spot if you could see him.
Okay, well, we thank you very much for your time and wish you a joyful and prosperous day.
All right.
And pay your taxes.
You say that?
He's not
No.
even there.
Yeah, I mean, he's not too far off. He's just like around the corner, so she would have to. So she also, the door slams really quick.
Yeah, well. So, back to the green. A small, red-headed halfling shouldn't be too difficult to spot, one would hope. But we should probably not come rolling up on him in force like we did to that poor woman.
Good idea.
We are rolling deep.
I agree.
Crumb will hang back. Horns might scare the children.
So, as we go back by City Hall, do we notice Sildar there at all, or has the door opened at all?
All right. Momentary there. Checking some quick numbers. No. Oh, yes. Huh. Okay. As you guys get to about here, Crumb and Obridge of all people, notice around this building over here, you see Darius kind of sneaking out of the corner of the building and kind of falling into step with you guys.
Is his pockets bigger than
No.
normal?
You can make a perception roll, yes, unless you flat out ask him.
All right.
Actually, his
Nope.
pockets do look kind of full. Now, just to be known, just so you guys know, since all dice are always seen and stuff like that, sometimes in my brain I may invert the die roll. So sometimes maybe it'll be good, sometimes maybe it'll be bad. But yeah, his pockets do look a little bit bigger.
I'll sidle on next to Darius and just kind of see if I hear anything unusual as he walks.
He's just
Stomach
like,
rumbling.
He just Just say nothing. I think just kind of whistling. No.
All right. Fair enough.
Where are we going next? He says. And you walk by, and you do notice that the town hall is finally open. It must be past noon.
Well, shall we continue on and see if we can find young Master Carp? Or shall we pop in and see if Sildar is there?
So check out, see if Sildar's there since we're right here.
All right. So as you guys approach the door, you're kind of hear some shouting, and it kind of vaguely sounds like it could be Sildar kind of upset or angry at somebody, and not quite the music I was looking for.
Uh-oh.
Okay, and as you guys come in, the doors are open, and you can hear him saying, as you walk in, you see, you walk into it, and it seems to be like a 20 by 20 room, and there seems to be like an administrative, like, you know, walk-up desk, kind of like there. In front of that, and behind that, there's a couple chairs and some desks, and then there's two big double doors that lead off to the right as you guys walk in, and so it seems like this is like kind of where they conduct business, this little room, and then you can go off deeper into the town hall, and you just see Sildar. His face is kind of red, and you kind of catch at the very end of it, and he's like, I mean, what do you mean? It's like, I'm totally hacked his name up. Lorando was here 2 months ago, and I even introduced you to him, and then you just say he flat up disappeared. You know, we told you what we were coming to do, and you know, I would assume that you would look after him or know what was going on in your own town. I leave here for 2 months, and everything's gone to hell. It's like, whoa, we've had our own problems. The merchants are going to come south because the orc raids from the north. That's why I have the reward out there. Well, I don't care. You know, you had a chance to have a Golden Strand wizard here to help you as an administrate this town and get things prepared. If we actually find the mine, this town's going to be booming. You're going to be rich, and you let it slip away due to your incompetence. He's like, I'm not the man's keeper. He was here. He was seen at the inn. And then, with no notice, he disappeared. We assumed that perhaps that he went to meet you somewhere or went back to the tower. It's like, and he kind of looks over his shoulders and kind of sees you guys standing there. He kind of tries to compose himself a little bit more. And he's like, oh, my friends. Welcome. Come on in. Sorry. Let me introduce you to, well, he's not necessarily the magistrate. The guy kind of frowns. But he's the town master. I mean, he's not really the mayor, and he's not really a burgermeister. You know, he's just, well, okay, but he does try to help administrate the town.
And
Wester.
He lost one of your friends?
Yeah, well, that was in the wrap up when he was talking to you guys. That when you guys were in the big room that was being discussed, that was part of what Sildar was talking to you guys about at the bar. He was going to go out and see if there was any more news on it, and then this was his last stop. He's like, you know, and he's like, well, Harbin, you know, nobody has seen him for almost 2 months, so. Oh, and he's like, you know, says, well, just because you used to work, you know, be in the Mountain Ford militia doesn't mean that you have any rank or authority here, Sildar. You know, if you're gonna make money, you're gonna make profit like everybody else, and then you're gonna help pay taxes and build this town. And you could tell that Harbin is kind of like acting like a little bit more, trying to show some more bravado because you guys are standing there. But you know, he's kind of looks like a fat, pompous old fool. And he says, "Well, then why haven't you done anything about these ruffians that are been walking around town?" And he's like, "Oh, the red brands? Well, they're just passing through. They're just been here for a little while, and you know, and you know, better just to keep a low profile than try to anger them, and eventually they'll get bored of our town and move on. There's literally almost nothing here for them to have, and they've already been here for a month or so, and I think that they'll just find there's nothing else left here for them to take, borrow, or steal, and they'll move on." Like,
And we hear this conversation,
yeah,
right?
yeah, they're still kind of They're still kind of, because you guys came in the middle of it. They're kind of grumping over it because Sildar seems pretty mad that you know he's been gone for about 2 or 3 months from here, right? And that everything fell to crap pretty fast. He's like, "It's Sildar, you're just one man," and he kind of looks back and, "Well, I don't know who these people are," and he doesn't seem to even notice any of you have any rank or nobility or anything. You know, but don't cause any trouble. You know, they just, you know, push a little bit of money, and you know, they drink a fair amount, but you know, I'm just one man, and you're just one man, and this group behind you, they'll probably be gone tomorrow. If you cause trouble with 1 or 2 or 3 of them, you know, who's to say that in a month's time they don't come back with 10 or 20, and then who's going to be protecting the town then?" And
I say it loudly. This guy is a coward.
well, I mean, he looks like an administrator, and he doesn't look like a warrior for sure, right? You
I
know.
still say it.
Yeah. He just kind of looks down at you, and he just kind of frowns. You know?
It is kind of sad that this is the best the town could offer.
Well, nobody else wanted the job. Who knows what happened to the last guy? Maybe he got killed.
Hmm.
You know, who wants that job, right? Maybe the last guy stood up to him and got wiped out.
Yeah, what's he look like? I mean, what's he
So he's like, he's balding. He's probably about early 50s, probably 270 pounds. I mean, pretty rotund. And, you know, a little bit older than Sildar, but Sildar still has some muscle and looked like he could hold his own in a fight, where this guy looked like he would just roll over and die if confronted with anybody, you know, that presented a spork at him, right?
Zeldar, you should be running this town, not him.
He's like, "Look, next Mountain Ford militia, we believe in law and order, and maybe one day when I settle down here, if I do, then maybe I'll be chosen. But right now, town chose him. That's what we got. So you got to do something about it." And he looks back at you guys like, "Look, there's a lot of things that need to be done here in this town. First and foremost, the most important thing to me is getting my buddy Gunrich back. You know, from what we kind of heard, that there's this Cragmar castle or keep or something like that where they send him off to. Nobody knows where it's at. Most of the people in town haven't even heard of it. That's my number one priority, is getting my friend back. I mean, after that, you know, I mean, if these red bands are just a bunch of 2-bit thugs, then every town's gonna have them, you know. So, you know, but I'm not happy they're here disturbing the peace either. And then Sindar said, like, "Well, what about Duran? The last time I was in town, I met him. He was like, you know, he was a half elf. He lives up there near the orchard. He used to be an adventurer." And he's like, Yeah, but he sticks to himself. He, once again, he's only one man. We only have, only a few fighting, able-bodied people in this town. And the only people who, the miners, they spend so much time up trying to pan for their gold, and they don't want any trouble either. We don't really have anybody to really take care of these kind of problems. And I'd rather deal with a couple ruffians and let them take a little bit of money than have a whole platoon of orcs roll through this town again and level it to the ground. It's about setting priorities. Perhaps maybe you should send a message back to your friends over there at Mountain Ford and get them to send a detachment out here and secure the town. It's like, well, maybe I will then. Okay, well, maybe you should then. And that's kind of like, and then after a few minutes, it's like, Sildar's like, look, friend, I'm going to go get a drink. And I'll meet you. If you have any questions for me, be back in the inn. He goes walking out, kind of upset. And now you just have kind of like the mayor is sitting there, and he's like, well, I do have a mission. If you are adventurers and you're looking for money, I mean, I need somebody to break the siege from these orcs that are up on Tribor Trail and over there by by Wyvern Tor. They're causing problems and making all the traders not want to come down this direction. Probably even cutting off some trade to the Vaterans.
Hey, you're worried about this? You're worried about this siege when you've got these red bands in here?
Like I said, I told them. I mean, they're just some local thugs,
And how much money have they taken from you?
None.
Can I roll on that?
Sure.
See if he's lying.
No,
What is that?
Yeah, that's perfect.
That's investigation or
Insight.
That's insight.
All right.
This is the perfect time to do it.
No.
He seems legitimately honest, man. His biggest fear is a detachment of Saldemore orc rolling through his town and destroying everything. As a matter of fact, he keeps eyeing over it. It's like you're kind of pale for or you're a little tan to be a Saldemore. You look like you're some kind of half orc.
I'm from the southwest, right there. I have no association with these orcs that have troubled you in the past.
Well, that's good to hear. I mean, I see that you're keeping good company. I mean, he still hasn't even noticed that. Oh crap.
Harv?
No, he still hasn't even noticed that Valfred is a Golden Strand member yet because you're feeling yourself. I mean, you guys look like a bunch of hardy fighters and some holy warriors, but he hasn't seemed to notice that you have a Golden Strand member.
Well, tell us about these orcs. What are they attacking with? What are they? What are their numbers? What do you know about them?
I don't. I just know that a couple caravans have been hit to the north of town, towards the main road. They've been disrupting trade. Any trade that comes down south from the east-west connection between Mountain Ford and Novahold, not Novahold, and Thunderthorn. But they don't seem to attack any of the major caravans that are going east and west. They seem to only be attacking the caravans that turn to the south, which would bring them in our direction. But I'll give you guys, I could give you hardy adventurers 100 gold for your group.
To do what?
Take care of the orcs, to bring back that you figured out and decimated, put an end to this group that's causing us trouble to the north. Bring back.
What do you need? What do you need as proof?
And 10 Saldemore ears and the head of their leader, and 100 gold is as good as yours.
These orcs are as dangerous as you say they are. 100 gold is worth our lives, potentially.
Well, you're adventurers, aren't you?
We
That's
are.
that's
Man.
100 gold apiece.
No, that's 100 gold for all of you. I'm not rich, and you've seen the state of our town. We're barely surviving to rebuild as it is. But I mean, or don't. Maybe.
Well, what
another
if we're
creature
able
could-
to resolve this without violence? What would you take as proof that the depredations of the orcs have stopped?
Well, then bring his leader here, and have him sign a treaty with me that he'll stop doing this, and then you guys stick around for another month to enforce it that he's not lying to me, and I'll give you 100 gold for that.
Wow. We will keep your offer in mind.
But I'll tell you this: they haven't left any survivors in any of the carrier vans that some of the lone, travelers have spotted on the road. Families killed, men, women, children killed, everything robbed, sacked. So I really doubt they're going to come into my town and sign a treaty saying that they're not going to come and destroy it.
Something doesn't feel right here.
Okay, well, we will keep your generous offer in mind and bid you a prosperous and joyful good day.
All right, so where do you guys go from here?
Meet up with Sildar, or do you want to try to find Carp?
It's on the way. Let's pop over, see if we see Carp.
Okay, you guys are walking over there. You don't see any kids on the green at the moment.
He must be at his chores.
As you guys come over here to get close to the Stonehill Inn, you see a couple of look like men wearing red sashes around their waist. They go into this structure right here. They're kind of laughing. Yeah, it's gonna be great.
Seemed like a lot of testosterone.
Go and investigate.
Yes.
All right.
Should we maybe split up so it doesn't look like we're an imposing force trying to rid the town?
Well, I mean, that's the tavern they walked in, right? We're just looking
So-
for a drink.
You guys moving down there, and Darius finally chimes in. Oh, by the way, when you guys were talking to the halfling woman, I went here and I caught a couple of these red bands walking down the street, and I decided to go check it out. And no offense, big guy, as he hits Crumb on the, I guess it would be on the hip because your size difference. He says, I can't quite get, close to things hidden if I have like a giant armored tank, knight behind me, clunking and making noise. I've already checked the place out. There's probably anywhere from 6 to 8 of them in there, and they're just going crazy, having a good time, it looks like.
Hmm.
Hmm.
6 to 8 of them. 5 of us. I like these odds.
7 of us, says Harv. As he
Oh, you're
brandishes
right.
his scimitar.
Did you give that thing a weapon again?
I'm not getting good feelings in this place. I think he's fighting for us. I want him armed. I toss him a piece of cheese.
Ooh, I live for cheese, master. His English his common has gotten pretty good since he's been speaking it a lot around you. It's not completely fluid, but
It's
maybe
good.
he's smarter
Maybe
than
we can work on hygiene next.
He may be smarter than you think.
Maybe instead of cheese, you should give him soap.
Okay, so what's the plan, guys?
Can we go down the street some more and figure out where those red bands are going?
Yeah, let's go check it out.
Are we going to engage the red bands?
I think we're gonna investigate the red bands. Engagement is solely on their part. Their decision.
Okay, then. Prepare for darkness.
Oh, my retinas.
Dun 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 dun
Uh-oh.
dun 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 dun
Uh-oh.
dun 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 dun.
They
Well,
have
this-
a
Mhm.
parasol.
Who am I missing? Okay.
And you got 2 Ogbridge.
Yep,
Do I?
exactly. It's got double vision going on.
Sorry about that. Now I have 1. And
And Harv. And,
Harv is there.
There he is.
all right, so you guys you start walking up to this place, and I mean, it looks like the window's broken here. There's the tables and stuff are knocked over out front. Planter's broken, and you just hear a lot of laughing and and a little bit of drunken singing and all kinds of stuff. What are you guys gonna do?
I'm walking up into the porch.
Yep, I'd
Okay.
try to listen.
Are you gonna try to stealth up there, or are you just gonna go look in?
Oh, I'm walking like I'm a patron of the bar. I'm just gonna walk with purpose.
Okay, go ahead and make a listen roll.
A listen roll?
No, not for you. Make a perception roll, and that's for Obridge.
Oh.
He's getting up there and he's gonna listen. Anybody else gonna do anything?
Obviously, my hearing has been damaged and much fighting.
I'm
He
following.
can hear the wind.
Is Harv holding back, or is he?
No, Harv is like down here. I got your back, master. Crumb or Wolfred? This looks like it's a window. The door looks like it's over here.
I walk towards the door.
Crumb walks towards the door.
Right.
Oh, there I am.
Crumb approaches the door.
Oh. Is there a sign out front like this is indeed an
Yeah, so
inn?
you
Or...
see, like above the door, there's this broken sign that has like, looks like a giant laying on his back, and you know, there's like a tower in the background, and then you see like, you know, looks like it's supposed to be like a big tower, and you just see him with his eyes closed with his Z's coming out of his mouth.
Sleeping giant? That doesn't portend well.
I'm thirsty.
Should I knock?
All right, so a bunch of you guys see.
Knock at an inn, you just go in.
You just go
That's why
in.
they call them inns.
So they're letting you go in first. Is that what the deal is?
Tanks up front.
Yep.
I guess so.
Come on, Harv.
Hold on a second. I'll tell you when. I'll move you forward as you come in.
Uh-oh.
Okay, everybody looks at. Well, everybody, yeah, sees Darius like crouched down by the window, and he's like moving on his belly over here, trying to be sneaky. But you're like, man, we all can see you. Harv moves over there. Where do you? Oh, and then what was your role, Obridge? Oh, 7 to try you.
Yeah.
Where do you want to be?
You just move me in somewhere in here. Probably good.
Are you gonna try to sneak in like around the broken window area, or are you gonna go through the door like all the other?
No, I'll go through. I'll go through the door.
So I'll easily put you over there.
Yep, that works.
Wow, you're gonna leave with Crom?
I mean, he kind of put himself there, I think.
All right. Crumb, you open the door and you just see a bunch of guys. Basically you click on your token, you can see what you can see, right? And you see a bunch of these guys. They're all like, this guy over here is throwing like a knife into the table. This guy is like just chowing down a bunch of food, but this guy's chowing down a bunch of food. These guys are drinking and laughing. There's a couple guys at the bar, and that's pretty much all you can see initially. And they're all being like kind of loud and obnoxious, and they're not even paying really attention to the door at this point.
Sure, there's a half demon walking through it. Wow, they're on their A game.
So I'm going to just kind of tiptoe and just step immediately to the right to let the door be open for more people to come through, so I don't block the door. But I'm also not making a loud noise either.
All right, so you're not trying to, you're just walking in. Just make a stealth roll just to see, how nonchalant you go in, and it's with disadvantage because you got heavy armor.
Oops.
Ooh.
All right, so
He's
a 1.
playing the trumpet.
Well, you come in there, and basically you step on a piece of 2 1s at a time. You like snap a board that like was propped up by the wall with your foot, and it just makes this noise, and everybody stops and looks at you in the bar. All right, and then who's gonna be next going in?
I'm next with Harv. We're gonna go to the left.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Harv kind of skitters that way. Who's next?
I'll go next.
Where are you gonna go?
I will just move up and over to the right. Boom, over here. Oh, well, let me move in that square over there.
Yeah, because you can't move walls normally. You can use your arrow keys to move yourself too. But...
Okay.
Okay, and you're
There.
able to get through there without any problem. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So we have Jet. What are you gonna do? And
I think I'm gonna follow Darius' example and try to be sneaky.
make a stealth roll.
Ooh.
You guys are
Not
the
so much.
worst sneaks on the planet.
Hmm.
Sorry. Okay.
Oh, well.
Belfred. Yeah. I mean, Darius like turns back. Be quiet, man. And then that's probably
Yeah,
part of
alright.
why that gave him away. Wilfred, what are you gonna do?
Well, let's see. Since I can't really see much from my vantage point.
Well, you're gonna either follow the stealthy guys around, or you're gonna go in and so they made like a giant entourage for you to walk in and just make a huge statement if you want to be a badass.
I'm gonna try to take some partial cover around the corner.
Boo! That's okay. So you're gonna try to be stealthy about it.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead and roll a stealth.
All right.
Sometimes discretion is a better part of valor.
I'm gonna be out snuck by a wizard.
You're out snuck by.
I knew it.
Hmm.
Yeah, it seems like even these guys over here don't seem to see. All right.
I'm a plant.
So you guys moved in there, and everybody's at where they're at, and they're like, "Oh, I see. The freak and their adventurer friends have shown up, huh? Or at least some of you. Wow, what a smelly group you guys are. A smelly goblin, smelly dwarf, smelly freak, and smelly orc. This is great. What do you guys want? This is our place. Go find your own spot to cause trouble."
And Crumb kind of starts smelling himself to see if he actually stinks or not.
I don't know. That's a good question. Does Crumb smell? You smell a little bit of sweat and brimstone, but, not horrible. At least not
Hey,
to
I
you.
don't smell that bad.
Tough talk coming from guys who shake down the locals.
Oh, so are you the law now? Huh?
We just came to observe some disgusting creatures in their natural habitat.
These guys.
Mm.
They're like, well, this is a free realm. We're allowed to do what we want as far as, when we want. And right now we're drinking here.
And we came to drink too.
Well,
Aren't you ever afraid of consequences?
this is our drink place. If you want to drink here, then you got to buy us all around.
I think we could get some trough water to serve you.
Yeah, aren't we guests in your establishment? How about you buy us around?
You're not our guest. You want to go somewhere fancy with your fancy pants? Go to Stonewills.
Is the bartender there? Is he looking scared or anything?
It's a she.
It's a she, sorry.
And you can make a perception roll.
That was a microaggression.
Do they just back away from their tables with all their drinks on them?
They backed away and they're all
Rolled it.
standing now.
Rolled a 19 plus 1, got 20.
Crumb grabs one of their drinks off the table and starts drinking it.
Yeah, hold on a second. No, they're holding their mugs, so they didn't leave their drinks on the table. That's what you were asking. Sorry.
Oh.
Yeah, no, they're holding their drinks in their hands, and they're kind of like, looking.
They
at
left
you
food
guys.
at one of the tables though, right?
No. Well, yeah. I'll show you in a second. I'm sorry. I was trying to get the.
No, that's okay.
Trying to get the dwarven bartender if I can find it really quick.
Is it cardboard on the floor? Are they break dancers?
That's a beautiful
Rug.
rug. I'm sorry, guys. I'll find it. There's a few more seconds. I'll find it. Where is it? Where the hell did it go? I wasn't prepared for. This is the one thing I forgot. I'm sorry.
No sweat, man.
And not here. What the hell? I found it. All right, this is just a fast representation. At least I thought it was. There we go. And brain. All right. Okay. Sorry about that. There's the name. Okay. All right. So you see, kind of cowering back, probably right before you guys came in, is a female dwarf. And where'd she go? There we go. All right, some really quick token making there. All right. She's ducked down behind the bar, kind of hiding. And then the guy here in the back, he's like, "You heard what the boss said? He wants these losers alive." But it doesn't mean they don't have to come unbruised. And then all of a sudden he pulls his sword out, and then the rest of them slowly start to pull their sword out. And it looks like it's going to be fight, my friends.
Boss.
All right.
Talking to the bartender. Oh, lass, we'll help you take the trash out.
She's like just hiding behind the bar. All right, so it is 9:15 or 9:45. Sorry. Do you guys want to try to push as much of this through as we can, or do you want to wait for next time?
I've got to call it. I've got a 8:00 doctor's appointment tomorrow, so I'm gonna be going to sleep.
What? What do you sound like an old man that needs all this kind of sleep and stuff like that? I went to bed at 3:00 and got up at 7:30. No, I'm kidding.
Your endurance is legendary.
Jesus.
If you get to the doctor, ask him if he needs any colonoscopy, endoscopy equipment. We got a contact now.
Yeah, you got a guy now.
All right, well, let's roll it for our initiatives and then and kind of get everything going here.
Boom.
Remember, you guys are supposed to click on your figures before you roll.
Oh,
Sorry about that. I got a 19, by the way.
It showed up in the...
This show. Yeah, there we go.
Showed up.
Watch Harv roll like a natural 20 on his initiative.
And he's still coming out of his goblin. Roll of 13 wasn't solid. He coming up his goblin. He's hard.
Oh, he did. He did. I saw it. There were so many other rolls. He was the first one.
At least they're not...
Token representation is called goblin.
At least he's not sensitive goblin or introspective goblin or...
Let's see if this works. Harv! All right, Harv's now in the combat tracker. Darius, you get to... Whoa, Darius gets an out to 20 with a 22. Oh, Jet.
Wow.
What did you get, Jet and over? So...
What? Oh.
All right. No, I had to roll it because it didn't show up because you guys didn't click on your icon.
Oh, really?
So...
It showed up in mine, but okay.
But it said unknown, right?
No, it showed up as under my name in the tracker. But that's cool. That's fine.
Did mine stick? I think I had mine highlighted.
Yeah, yours did. You gotta highlight your token before you do it. So, all right. So Obridge, whoops.
Got me.
I'm getting you now. Update combatant. You said you got a 19.
Yep.
All right, and then Jet, what'd you get?
I had a 19.
You had a 19. Oh, I rolled a 21 for you. Oh well. So 19.
I know.
Who has the higher dex?
I'm at 16.
What's your dex, Obridge?
Mine is 16.
Okay.
I got the higher number than him when you rolled, so.
All right, fair enough.
I'm good going. No, I'll say I'm good going after.
Yeah, I'm good either way too. I think we're trading off, looking at what the.
All right. And then who else did I miss? It was you two, and then was there somebody else I rolled? All right. Well, so we have the initiative set up. You guys want to do one round, or do you want to call it?
No, I mean Fallon's got to hit it. Let's just call it.
All right.
Yeah, let's call it.
rough right now. So
We'll get it rocking hardcore next week.
All right. I haven't looked at this.
We'll jump right in.
Wow, we have 3 people watching.
Wow.
So I just want to say I don't know who you are, but thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed our wackiness doing a little D&D. Hope the audio wasn't too horrible, but it always is. And we just do this for fun, and that's all we're doing it for. So hope you enjoyed the game. It looks like starting off immediately next week, we'll probably just keep going with the long road for a while. If people are interested. hey, if you want to watch this, or if you want to watch the other game, which is The Last Quest, which was the primary game, put some comments in and we'll make a decision either way. So, all right. Thank you, my friends. Say goodnight, crew.
Good night, crew.
All right.